Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Brothers Turbo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host Stephen White and with me is Todd Stark.
Hello.
And I would normally say John Taylor is with us, but he is not. John is away. He got married today.
Yeah, sucker.
So congratulations, John, if you're listening. Hopefully you are. Because we need you here, but, you know, we'll manage. You know, it's funny, last week we had 4 hosts, and today we're down to 2. I wish we could have split it up.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's the eclipse weekend.
It's all right.
Weird things happen.
I'm looking forward to the eclipse. Are you excited about the eclipse? I mean, just because it's something that we've never seen.
The news has got me scared.
Don't worry about the news.
I mean, like, I thought it was just don't look at the sun.
Uh-huh.
And that was the only rule. You don't do that now, you know?
Exactly. Who
We
looks
talked
at
about
the
this
sun?
earlier.
That's stupid.
You don't look at the sun, and you just look at it when the moon covers the sun up, and your eyes will be fine, right?
That's
They're
right.
handing out, blacked out 3D glasses from the 80s, and that's when they put them in a recycling bin. They make them for the eclipse the next time.
You know what we missed out on, though? We should have gotten in on all of this eclipse merchandise and selling, where we could just sell whatever. Eclipse t-shirts, glasses,
Yeah, we
all
should
this
have called
stuff.
this an eclipse podcast.
We could have. And we could have charged everybody. This is a special Eclipse podcast. It's going to cost you $1 on Podbean. You're going to have to pay for it.
We wouldn't be sitting here right now.
We wouldn't be. But it's okay. Maybe one day we'll get a sponsor and, we'll make a little money off of this.
But like,
be nice.
the whole thing, the news channels, what I was saying earlier, they are making this out like some kind of horror movie. If you look at the sun, it's going to, like, I'm scared my eyeballs will melt.
Because I think they have to clarify to all the idiots in the world, hey, you don't look at the sun. We understand you want to see the eclipse, but still, don't look at the sun.
That's every day.
Every day. But people seem to forget that because we normally don't
I'm
do that.
second guessing myself.
But don't second guess
I
yourself.
don't
Don't be
know.
one of those people. Just remember, hey, common sense, don't look at the sun. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, it is so clear. But like I said, Channel 4, if Bill Hall was doing this shit, I would believe that my eyeballs would catch on fire because he'd be like, and the Sunshine Award for the day is Miss Betty Jean Taylor. Betty Jean's in Memphis, Tennessee. And this up next, your eyes will catch on fire if you look at the eclipse. Up next, the Snowbird Report.
That's
and
right.
then it's June, Bill. It's a special
Summer
Snowbird
edition.
Report. Yeah.
It's the Rainbird.
He's going to talk about the eclipse.
That's right. All right. Well, what have you played this week? Anything new?
You go first.
I'm still playing The Witcher. I'm still through. I'm such a completionist with this game that I'm now in Skellige, and there's all this stuff to find.
I never made it there the
I'm
first
gonna
time.
do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm at level 22, so I'm up there.
I'm at level 2.
Oh, 2. You'll get there.
But the reason is because I'm definitely going back to Witcher this time immediately. The first time I just did not care one bit, and I got further the first time than I am now. But I don't know, for some reason I'm enjoying it more this time around.
Yeah.
But I have been playing Hellblade, and I would put that as my number 2 game of the year. Like,
I've heard a lot
behind
of good things
Horizon. And I would put it, well, I guess if you're going game of the year, the 2 game of the years this year is going to definitely be Horizon or Zelda. If it's something else, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're dumb. But I would put this at number 3, but my second favorite game of the year.
Okay, that's good.
And it's incredible, I think.
But the year ain't over yet, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Lost Legacy's getting ready to come out. Part of it that comes out next week. It'll be Tuesday. Be tomorrow when you hear this.
Yeah. But I've been hearing kind of I don't want to say mediocre. They're good reviews, but they're just saying, you've been down this road before, so. And that's fair, and that's fine.
Is this Lost Legacy?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
7, 8s,
Yeah, that's fine, but I feel like what I've seen, I think when you play it, you will go, it feels different. It's Uncharted, but there's a different feel and a different way you play this game, I think.
Fair enough.
That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I am looking forward to it regardless, because Uncharted is fantastic.
But I would still, I don't know. Hellblade possibly edges that out for this year, to me. I haven't even played the other one. Mm-hmm. This one, I've never played a game where I felt crazy, or I understand, I guess her problem, more than this game.
And see, when you talk about that, it reminds me of Eternal Darkness from the N64 days, but I don't think they went as deep as you're talking, because what you're talking about is like some serious mental,
like psychosis,
or something. Like you're really getting deep into it. All that did was really mess with your head as you're playing it. Right. So that's not the same.
That's a different part of your brain. Like this,
exactly.
I don't know, because the voices that were in her head, like at one point they're building her up, and the next point they're tearing her down, and you gotta, like, after she does something, she gets past something in the game, they tear her down, but they're happy, because when they die, when she dies, they die. Right. You don't realize, I guess that when you're playing it, because you don't ever think about having voices in your head. You're not used to that. But it makes you feel how she felt. I feel like.
Right.
Yeah, it was a really good game.
I'm anxious to play it. I'd like to try it out. Just from what I've heard of you talking about it and what I've seen, it does sound very interesting. Something unique.
Oh, and I'm going to show it to you later.
Okay.
I'm going to show you my thing.
Well, before we get there, how about we get through the news? How about that? All right. The first thing I listed on our news, it's something I'd actually forgotten about, but when I spotted it, I thought, well, let me go and look back into it, and that was My Nintendo Rewards program. Have you looked into that? I know you've not been big into Nintendo.
No, but is this the thing that's comparable to PS Plus?
I believe it is, and if this is what their idea of what PlayStation Plus or Xbox Games with Gold is, it's not going to work.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. I have an idea what it is. I have no clue what you're fixing to tell me. I have not seen any of this, but. Does it deal with you getting a free game?
No.
Is it a monthly service?
No. This is not that monthly service we had heard rumors about.
Okay.
But this is like a loyalty program, I guess.
Okay. So like the Power Up Club or something they used to have.
So what essentially it is you sign up, you set up your My Nintendo account, and I assume through whether it be mobile games, like they have Super Mario Run, Mitomo.
I don't know.
It's some sort of Mii game for your phone where you get to dress up and take pictures of your Mii.
Yeah, sounds dirty.
And then there's I think there was
my Mii.
Yeah, a Fire Emblem game. There may be other games that you can get, sign up with your My Nintendo account. I don't know what they are. I'm just naming a few that I know. But you earn achievements through that, which earn you coins, which go to your My Nintendo account. And the more coins you earn, then you get to buy stuff through this My Nintendo Rewards program. Here's what's coming out, I guess, this week, give or take, whenever. I didn't quite catch a date. They've added a Smash controller app for the 3DS, which essentially is an app that allows you to use your 3DS as a controller on your Wii U to play Super Smash Brothers. Okay, and that costs you
on Switch.
Yeah, no, in the Wii U.
Oh,
because it's not on. It's not
screw
on the
all this. You lost me right there. This is trash.
But I know, but it costs you 10 gold coins or points. They call them points, but they're coins. I don't know. You could also spend 30 gold points for a 30% discount on Tank Troopers. Don't know that game.
Don't care.
You can get 30% of a discount, and then
that needs to be free.
50 platinum points will get you a wallpaper for the game. I'm assuming for your 3DS. Hang on, I'm not done.
I can compare this to something as soon as you get there.
Also, you have Flip Wars. Don't know what that is. Has a wallpaper for 50 platinum points. Another reward has been added, which is the Wonderful 101, which was a Wii U game that got a lot of critical praise. you can get it for 30% off in exchange for 70 gold points. Now, here's where I'm gonna.
You still got to pay money for all this.
Exactly. Here's where I'm gonna bash on Nintendo a little bit. They are afraid to make discounts above 30%. 50% I've rarely seen, but they refuse. 30% seems to be like hey, we're going to cut you a break and you can buy this game 30% off. Whatever it may be. This could be a game that is 5 years old and they refuse to drop the price on it. You will pay 30% of $60. Right. So you're paying 30.
Right.
Still, I don't understand why they're so afraid to cut game cost, especially for older games. You see it all the time with Microsoft and Sony. They had these great
60
deals.
And 70% off.
70, 80%. Especially if you're a Plus member or an Xbox Gold member, I guess.
Yeah.
But they always get these great discounts. Steam. You see fantastic deals on Steam. Nintendo, they're just... I'm sure there's a business reason for it, but I don't know what it is because it just sounds like greed to me because they sell you so much.
They are a totally different just type of company. That's why they're still around.
Yeah. I mean, but you go from amiibos and all these accessories, they're always selling you something. Always, but yet they cannot cut you a break on cost for a game. Ever.
They make more money on merchandising than they do anything else, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong. There could be a spreadsheet that says, no, they make money here.
I would believe it. If you're wrong, I'd love to know how that is.
Well, I mean, they also kind of shoot yourself in the foot because they only sell limited numbers of half the stuff. But what they sell...
They sell out.
Right. It's almost like as soon as it becomes profitable, cut the ties.
But I mean, why not just sell it until it stops making profit, then just stop production? Be done.
I mean, this way they don't lose any money.
Yeah, but
just look at the freaking, what was those Walt Disney? What was the thing they had? The Disney.
Oh, the Infinity.
Disney Infinity. Dude, they said they had warehouses full of the Incredible Hulk.
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
They're gonna bury that shit out there with E.T.
I don't know. I didn't get into that either. I don't understand the point or the purpose of going out and buying a toy to play a video game.
No, I mean, my little girl Peyton loved it,
and
it was cool.
Kids get it.
But
Adults
why can't
don't.
you sell digital versions of these people?
Exactly. That's what DLC is.
Yeah.
You just sell me those characters and I'll buy them all up and I'll play.
Let me buy them for $3 and I can do whatever I want to in the game. I mean, that's just how, I don't know.
The marketing is
but they lost their ass on those. And you would think that they would be profitable. So maybe that's what Nintendo does. Look, we're going to make this amount of them. And if we sell this amount, we make this much money. And we're not losing any money.
Very true.
So, it's like I said, they pinch their pennies. And that's why they're still here.
But the only problem with that
Sega,
is that there are several people out there who want these, genuinely want them. And they get screwed because you get scalpers who get their hands on this stuff, and they screw over those who genuinely want this for themselves to enjoy.
And that's on the stores and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a give and take. I kind of like and dislike. I understand that business model.
Well,
I understand
if there was enough of them, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, on to the next story. Let's talk about the PlayStation 5.0 beta that rolled out. I think pretty much they covered. I mean, we pretty much talked about a lot of it last week. I think we hit some of the marks. There were a few other tidbits that they announced that I don't think we mentioned, like surround sound in your VR headsets.
I didn't know that.
That'll be awesome. I think it will be anyway.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, I think. I think there's going to be so many more when it finally comes out to everybody. And
I think I don't think there were really any other things that stood out. I know that there were tournament brackets and the
tournament brackets are on there now. I think
it's an improvement or an adjustment to that. Shutting off your notifications if you're watching TV or something like that, so it doesn't bother you. Little things like that. It's nice. Little adjustments. Nothing groundbreaking. Yeah. I know that there's still a lot of people upset that we're not getting PS1 classics, but I'll still say, do you really care?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're
not going to give a damn about playing some of those games.
Exactly.
I mean, there's very few people that would. Now PS2, I understand more of those games because that era was awesome.
Yeah.
But PS1 was okay.
It had a few
It was
games.
cool then.
Yeah. There were a few good games that stood out.
Yeah.
But tell me a game that you just must have for the PlayStation 1 on your PS4 today, just have to have.
I honestly could not tell you. Madden 96, I don't know.
I mean,
I was a bad
I'm sure that you could probably say maybe some of the Final Fantasy games. Just Final Fantasy 7, since that was like the big one that came out. But you have it on PS4 now.
Right.
You have a refined HD version of it, so that's already gone. Yeah. It's taken care of.
Yeah.
So I think they're taking care of those games which you would want now, so you don't have to worry about this PS1 classic. Now. Yes, you have that remastered. They're taking care of these things.
I know they're getting the popular ones, like the ones that they're not going to go get just something that it's like, they're not going to make money on. So they're going to go get what's going to make the money.
I'll tell you one that I would love to see, though, but I know it'll never happen. It's like a slim shot in the dark. It was the X-Files game that was on the PlayStation.
Dude, they are remaking that.
Are they really?
No.
Well, see, don't get my hopes up. Don't get my hopes up. No, that was a fun game. I played through it numerous times. I think it was like a 4-disc game.
Yeah.
But it was just like a cinematic. You're playing an episode of the X-Files. It was really cool. I thought it was anyway.
You and 5 other people probably bought it.
I know, gosh, but I thought it was fun.
But you know what's crazy is how many, what was that game you mentioned earlier, where it messed with your insanity?
Oh, Eternal Darkness.
Which one was that on?
That was on the N64.
Oh, N64. Okay.
Or, no. I'm sorry. No, it was on the GameCube. It was supposed to be on the N64 toward its later years, and it got ported or it got moved to the GameCube. Wow, how did I say the N64?
Cause you screwed up. Everybody players mess up.
It's all right. The next little story I have, which this came out of nowhere. Maybe you had heard rumblings about this beforehand, but I didn't, and it took me off guard. But I'm excited about it. Is Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier?
Yeah, no.
Did you see a trailer for it?
Who's doing it?
Well, that's part of the interesting portion of this story. Is it's being produced by the Imaginarium Studios, which is the performance capture studio that does the stuff for the films. This company was formed by Andy Serkis, the guy that plays Caesar.
Yeah.
And they're producing this in a partnership with Fox Next Games.
Okay.
And they've described it as a narrative adventure game of conquest, betrayal, and survival with multiple endings set between Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes.
All right.
It promises to plunge the player into a rich cinematic experience where every decision impacts the fragile balance between peace and war.
You know what they should have done? Just gave it to Telltale.
It could have easily kind of fell into that, and I'm kind of curious if it's not going to be like that, because when you watch the trailer for it, it's maybe like a minute and a half, but it just seemed very cinematic. There wasn't any gameplay that they were showing, and it didn't give you a clear sense of who you were going to play. Are you going to play as the humans, or are you going to play as the apes? And I even wonder if you'll have an opportunity to play both.
Right.
Like that, maybe that'll be one of your story. Do you want to be an ape, or do you want to be a human, and side with that faction? Because that would open up even more story options.
What would you want to be?
I'm not sure, because I think your first inclination is you'd want to be an ape, but at the same time, you would kind of want to see where you would be on the human side of it as well at some point. So I think having that option would be cool.
God dang it, the replayability of that would be.
Yeah, and
you would want to play both sides.
And even thinking about it right there, think of 4 endings separately.
Right.
And I'm sure there are more, but I'm just thinking, say if you wanted to play as a human or an ape, then how are you going to play? Are you going to be a vicious dictator, or are you going to try to bring peace between the two? So you already have 2 options per the 2 choices you already have. So that's 4 endings right there, based on how you want to play. But again, I'm sure they have more than just those basic choices laid out.
Right.
So it sounds really cool. It looked cool. There was a comment from Andy Serkis saying, "We are committed to exploring and expanding next-generation storytelling, and Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier represents an exciting marriage of technology and creativity, all set in the rich universe, which I am very proud of." Oh, hey, look at that. If I'd have read my notes... I'm leaving this in just for fun.
All right, Howard Stern.
It's all right. It says, players will be given the opportunity to play both sides of the growing conflict, gaining a deep understanding of motivations, hopes, and fears of humans and apes alike. The destinies of each species rest entirely on the players. Man, here we go. The words, man. The destinies of species rest entirely on the player as the game pushes towards an intense, fragile peace or a final bloody battle. See, that's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You're going to have that. So, see.
We pretty much, I had no clue about it, but we pretty much talked it out.
We did. So, see, there you go.
Now you know. See, we know what we're talking about, guys.
This is exactly why we're here. This is why we're doing this podcast, and you're listening to it because you trust us.
We learn shit just by telling y'all shit.
And I do look over my notes, but sometimes I'm in a hurry. Today I was in a hurry, so forgive me. I was putting stuff together in the last 2 hours to get this show together. So, pardonnez-moi.
Don't do that.
I won't. That'll be the last time today.
Like, if you can cut that out, like
I'm not gonna
make you just go "Quah!"
No, I don't think I'm gonna cut anything out today. I think I'm just gonna let it ride. You know, people want to hear the entire thing, unedited, unfiltered. That's what you're getting today. Unfiltered.
So if a dog barks, you're gonna leave it in this time.
See, there it goes. That's staying in.
And the dog really will bark. You keep doing it.
Okay. The next thing I had is there was a confirmation that Destiny 2 will be on PC, obviously, but it will not appear on Steam. It will be a Battle.net exclusive only.
Ooh, like, is Battle.net like something to do, like, is that Activision's thing or something?
It's a PC gaming platform, I guess.
Like,
but
whose platform, though? Who made it?
I'm going to assume Activision, whomever has Destiny. Bungie's.
So Bungie's got their own platform. Well, it would be with Activision. They're under, thing with
so for
Destiny,
for what that is, I mean, they're not releasing it on Steam. They said that it's not a rumor; it's a fact.
You're right.
So, I mean, it's no skin off me, but I know a few people who like Destiny, and I'm kind of curious.
PC, they can still just go make a thing. You know, that's the beauty part. You know,
the convenience of it. You know, if kind of like we've talked about in the past with Cuphead. You know, I want to play that, but I don't want to go out and buy an Xbox One. So
just grab your PC and get it on there.
Exactly. I'm going to get it on Steam.
Right.
You got it's fun to have options, and I feel like that's an option taken away from PC
This laptop
players.
right here, could you get Cuphead on that and it run comfortably?
Well, whether it could run, I could get it, but it's whether it could run.
Right. I've been thinking about investing in that, not a big rig, but something that I could play some of those games on.
Yeah. I think it would be worth it. I mean, it's definitely worth it because at least trying it there where I got to at least try that out, because I've tried one or two off of Steam and I thought I was going to have a problem, but they eventually ran and they ran fine.
Right.
So I think it's powerful enough. I'd say look for one that you know could handle the specs, because I know that this week Agents of Mayhem came out, and it was having a lot of performance issues on PC because certain PCs just were not built to handle it. Like, I guess it's a little overpowered for them.
And that's one of my things with PC gaming, because that happens so often. You know, like at least on console, and I'm not saying, I really think that the PC is the master race out of all this. Like, as popular as everything else is, PC will always be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I've always preferred consoles because of that very reason.
It's the ease of it all. You don't
I know
have to
how
concern
long
them.
I have. Like, I could pay $1,200 tomorrow for the best gaming PC rig, whatever, you know, and it might be 5 years, it might be 2 years before they make a game that won't run on it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So no, I get what you're saying. It's just, you have to, if it's whether it's for you or not. If you're willing to put down that money for it and invest in that, that's fine. But I mean, like you said, I like the convenience of a console. Just pop it in and go. I know that there are times issues, but it's rare. It's very, very rare versus a PC.
Right. It's versus HughesNet. It does what it says it's going to do.
There it is.
Yes, because this week I was going to jump in. We talked about No Man's Sky, and I was going to download it on my. I was going to put it on my Pro. Because I hadn't done that yet. Because of the big update.
Right.
The big update screwed everything up for me. Because as soon as I started downloading, 99 plus hours. Thank you, HughesNet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And how big was the update?
Man, I bet it wasn't.
Maybe a gigabyte?
Couple gigabytes, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to take a couple of days.
99 plus hours.
Okay. So it could be longer. It
I
could be
might
a
get
week.
this next week. We talk about it next week.
Okay. Well, at least we know you got something to look forward to next
I
week.
guess. I just cut the damn thing off. I was like, I hate using it.
All right. Next story I got, I didn't really go into detail about it. It's just something I saw, and I just wanted to pose the question. I read something that said Sonic Mania, I guess, came out last week, or it came out recently. I don't think it came out last week. I don't remember when it came out.
It came out Tuesday.
Okay, so it did come out Tuesday. It's said that it is the best rated Sonic game in 15 years.
That's what I heard.
And my question is why? Why? I mean, why is it?
Well,
why is it that it's been so long since we've had a good Sonic game? Why has there been so many bad ones?
because Sonic is not that interesting of a character. You know what I mean? You don't fall in love with Sonic like you do Mario.
Yeah.
Their people are there, you know, and like for some reason Crash Bandicoot, people loved him. You know what I mean? Like there was enough of a following that it carried along with every console, and they've still been playing Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
And for some reason they bought into him. They didn't buy into Sonic, even though there is that following. But they made bad games.
And I think, you know, I kind of thought about it myself. I was like, well, what is it exactly that made it so bad for the character? And I really think it comes down to what the character's all about. It's about the speed.
Right.
And I think there's
And
only
it's hard.
so far
It's
you can...
one-dimensional.
You can really take that concept and that aspect. If they could really make a Sonic game, where you can speed through and not have to stop, but to really enforce that idea of speed, that's where it gets tricky for me. Even in the old ones, it was just like, okay, you're running through, you're going fast, and then eventually it's like, nah, we gotta take these slow platforms, you gotta go underwater for a while, and you just kind of slow down, and you're kind of taking away the whole concept of the game itself.
Right.
Which, if no one knows this, Sonic was created because of the speed run on Super Mario Brothers, trying to run through the very first world in Super Mario Brothers as fast as you possibly could. Gave somebody an idea and said, I'm going to make Sonic.
But they took the speed out of it.
Yeah. And by doing that, yeah, that's what they did. And I know that they've tried to reinvent it, and that's probably where they failed, trying to find a way to make it better. But it's, how do you make something where you're trying to run fast better? Right. You have to, unless it's a racing game. I mean,
I'm going to be honest. Have you ever played, was it Cloudberry King?
No, Cloudberry Kingdom.
Yeah, have you ever played
No,
that?
I never did.
Okay, that needs to be Sonic.
Yeah,
That game is just nuts. You know what I mean? Like Sonic needs to be chaos.
Yeah,
It needs
the
to
Chaos
be,
Emeralds, man. See, look
Yeah.
at that. Look what you did.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it
Clever.
is?
Yeah, the Chaos Emeralds.
I just say I don't know. I know it came out and I know it existed. I don't pay attention to Sonic. I just have never liked Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
He's a fucking blue pig.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of cool. But again, apparently this one hit, the right strides, taking him back to his 2D roots in some way. And I think I've seen some gameplay before where they kind of implement 3D and 2D kind of weaving into each other. That's kind of cool. But
it has to do that.
Yeah. So fair enough if it works.
Doesn't it come with all the other games too? Isn't there like a
have
collector's
no idea.
edition you can get all of them?
I didn't look into it that hard because
I'm going to talk about Ronnie again at work. I brought him up last time. We're in Tennessee. You know his name's Ronnie. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Ronnie said he got the collector's edition. I think it come with a little statue with Sonic.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
The
they
console.
said that they sold out of that and they just they put some more out on the shelf. I think
He got it. So
Nice.
he says pretty nice, and he liked the game. So I mean, he had high remarks for it. So
that's good. But it's kind of like you. I don't really care about Sonic.
Yeah,
I was more of a Mario man, but I don't know. Sonic. I've played Sonic. Don't get me wrong.
that's the thing we talked about Nintendo earlier. That's why they haven't gone the way of Sega. They haven't made a mistake.
And
they've made mistakes, but they took the chances that they needed to take. They no more.
And bear in mind, they have a library of characters who are more memorable.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows Link. Everybody knows Mario.
They're like the Disney
Pikachu,
of video games.
You know.
Do
what?
They are the Disney of video games.
They are. Think about if Disney ever bought them. Never mind. That's going to happen. I mark my words. Years down the road, Disney will buy Nintendo. I swear it will happen. Give it time.
You're right. They're going to either buy Disney they're going to Disney's going to buy either Sony or Microsoft. I mean, the Sony or Nintendo. You watch
Nintendo.
them say.
Because Nintendo will give
would
them
be
the
better
characters.
buy for them.
Yeah, because they'll give them the characters they can easily incorporate into their childlike, friendly atmospheres.
And then years down the road, Disney will buy Sony, and
Why would they
then
do
later
that?
they'll buy Microsoft. They're going to be this. Then they'll buy the planet.
But no, they have to. I mean, they have to corner
buy
their
everything.
markets because they've taken over comics. They've taken over.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
where it starts. You get the nerds.
What was the other thing they bought? Oh, they
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah. So you bought
What's that?
the geek nerddom,
Exactly.
the fandom of all.
And then you have all the little kids.
So Disney's on a rampage. They will buy Nintendo.
Right.
I'm saying it now. You mark it down.
No, I'm going against
20
it 'cause
years.
Nintendo is little kids. If you buy Sony, you get the adults.
They're not going to do that.
They might. Then they have everybody.
Sony has nothing they want.
Bull. They have the best. They have the best developers. Naughty Dog, all those guys, right?
But they don't have the characters.
They make all the Disney characters in games. You're gonna be playing as Frozen.
But think about it.
Frozen to be like on damn Horizon. You'll be playing shit
Mario
like
fits the Disney characters like a glove. He
Right,
is
I agree.
he's their marketing merchandise king. He's everything. He is money. He is dollar signs in their
Yeah.
eyes. That's what they want.
So is Frozen.
I know, but they could incorporate all. They already had Wreck-It Ralph. He was in that. It's a given at this point.
that. Yeah, in what, Disney Infinity?
Well,
What are you
yeah.
talking
Think about that. They
Oh,
can just
wait.
incorporate all the amiibos and everything. They can bring that right back. And you have Star Wars and Mario and
No, he wasn't in the Amiibo, was he?
Who?
He was in the Disney Infinity.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the Amiibos though.
Well, no, he might have been in the Infinity, but not in the Amiibos. But think about it. There's an opportunity there for Disney.
No,
It's
see,
there.
that's why I say they buy Sony because they get the adults.
Well, we're
Then
trailing
they have
off.
every person in the world.
We start talking about Sonic Mania and wound up in Disney buying the world.
I'm just saying.
Okay, forget it. We'll move on. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is coming out. It's supposed to be this year. I was a fan of the first one on the Wii. I feel like it was underrated and underappreciated because it didn't get a proper release over here like it should have, because I think it was limited to GameStop.
Right.
And
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But they said that the music production for Part 2 is complete, and it involved 300 musicians just for the score.
Is this on the 3DS again?
No, this will be for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Now, the only reason I kind of brought this up is because the soundtrack for the original was so amazing. It was like one of the things that I first fell in love with that game when I was playing it, and what kind of kept me playing it. It was just something that drew me in. You know, the moment you actually get outside of the town that you're in and into the field, the music that just starts, I wanted to continue playing. And then when night would fall, this was kind of a clever little trope that I don't feel like a lot of other games do. And if they do, someone correct me, please comment. That it'll take the same tune, like the same score, and it'll be light and vibrant during the day, but at night it'll be the same tune but on a lower key and more relaxed. And it's very cool.
No.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just kidding.
You
That
have
does
to
sound cool.
appreciate
I'm just
that.
messing
You
with
have
you.
to
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love music can make a game or break a game.
Yeah. And this is one of those instances where it really elevated the material. It made me that's just why I spent over 100 hours on this game. I've hardly ever done that. This is a game that gave me a reason to do that because there were so many things that were so engaging. I wanted to stay there. And the music was one of them.
Right. Okay, talk about music. Did you ever play Red Dead Redemption?
Yes.
Do you remember the song when you made it across the border riding from it? How awesome
I didn't want to get off my horse because the
No.
moment I did, it stopped. I was like, oh.
Dude, I remember just riding along, dude, and that song's playing. I'm like, dude, I bought the damn song on iTunes immediately, you know. But it was just, I mean, it won some kind of award too.
But
I can't remember what award it won, but that was pretty cool.
But it was perfect use of music in a game.
Yeah.
Where it's unexpected, but it was perfect.
That was the first time I think it's because I've never heard them do a real song in a game like that.
Yeah, and it was just in the most odd spot because it's normally at the beginning or at the end.
Yeah.
You just happen to be crossing into the next chapter.
And it was the most perfect song to play at that point. They couldn't have had a better song. The mood, everything. It was nighttime. You're riding along. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it.
Yeah.
The next story I found, I thought this was a bit of an interesting one to bring up, is a game called Centralia.
Nah.
I hope I'm reading that right.
You
know what I'm
probably
talking
are
about?
not.
Huh?
Words are hard.
They are?
It's probably like Central, and you can't say it right.
Well, it's Central with IA. So Centralia. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
It's a game that has been called the spiritual successor to Silent Hill. It was canceled or under the cancellation banner for a while, but it's been revived.
Who's doing it?
Well, that's the part I don't know.
Is it? Well, if it's something to do with Silent Hill, isn't it Konami?
Well, let me continue with my story, and you'll see where I'm going.
Okay. I'm just spitballing, player.
I know. The game was set to come out some time ago. They pitched it, whoever the developer is, because again, I didn't find this out. They pitched it to Konami, but they didn't want it because they were like, well, we don't want any outsiders doing our game. So the developer went back and rebranded the game as Centralia.
Got it.
But it still retains a lot of the vibes and,
And that's all that matters.
Designs, and all the inspirations to it.
Right.
What's really cool about it is they said that the game is set in the real life town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, which was the inspiration for the movie Silent Hill.
That's pretty cool.
And they said now this is true facts, according to these people. From 1963 to 1990, the town's population went from 1,000 people to 30. And now sits at a mere 3 people due to a coal fire underneath the town.
This is for real.
This is according to the facts I was given. This is real. So they're basing
people just
this
left, or
yes, people just said, "Screw it, I'm out." Now, if there's a coal fire under the town, I'm sure that they're like, "Nah, I don't want to be here anymore."
No, hell
so
no.
I can kind of understand where they're coming from, but I think they're probably going to put use these facts and these ideas of the stories, and then just put that supernatural spin on it.
That would be a great idea.
Oh yeah, especially if you live there.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my god, I know exactly what this is.
Like, who are those 3 people? What are they like?
Yeah, exactly.
They are crazy. They eat people.
Crazy enough to stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, they eat people. They smoke cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, can you imagine? Yeah, just. And there goes, man. They went to town.
No, they throw it in a bucket.
No, they actually go down to the coal fires and light their smokes.
That's dumb.
Why? It's better than what you had.
No, it's not.
Well, anyway, the game is now restored. They're trying to get it back out. They're trying to get it restored under a new publishing label.
Right.
Atari was thrown out, but that's not been confirmed, so I don't know.
If they get it, I don't even want to play it.
So we'll see. But it sounds interesting enough that I thought it would be worth mentioning. An indie game kind of like Silent Hills.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm interested.
I want it to go to somebody who's going to give them the money and just let them do what they do.
Yeah. Do what needs to be done.
Say, well, what if there's a big spider at this part?
Yeah. I want a genuinely creepy game without all that stuff, because I feel like Resident Evil 7 kind of went that route, and I feel like it could have really done a lot with just the family without having to go balls deep in craziness and monsters and everything like that. I feel like it could have done a lot with a little.
I do,
because
I think so too.
The intensity of it when you're trying to creep around corners being chased, that was enough. I didn't need everybody to turn into monsters and everything. That was
the thing with that is it had to get big for it to be something to do with Umbrella.
Yeah.
And that way you can keep the story going and spread it out to the world. But if you give me another game that's in that vein, where I'm, just genuinely terrified to be in the area that I'm in, I don't care what it is, then okay.
Take that concept, apply it to
Aliens.
Halloween.
Oh, hell yeah. I was going to say Alien Isolation was kind of like that. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like Halloween would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Shit.
we got a $1 million idea game right here. So we started it. We're just using a franchise that's already been out there. But hey.
Well, what about the single player campaign for Friday the 13th? It could be like that.
Yeah, it could. But we still don't know anything about it. It was supposed to be out by now.
But I would copy what they did in Resident Evil 7. I would make that. That's how Jason would be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the intensity level in Resident Evil, especially in VR, man, you've got to try that at least just for a moment.
I can't, dude.
Because
I did for a moment.
What was the matriarch's name, or the patriarch, the guy? I can't remember his name. But anyway, it was like right after the dinner scene, and you get loose, and then he comes after you. He comes looking for you. That whole scene, I was in VR, and I was just like, peeking around doors and looking at everything like, where's he at? I don't know where he's at. And I was just doing everything I could.
And he would be in the kitchen behind you, scare the shit out of you.
And I was doing everything I could to get out of there. And when I finally got done with it, I had to shut it off. I was like, that was too much. I'm done. I got to rest. My eyes, my head, I'm just spinning. So it was nuts.
I bet, dude. See, that's why I didn't want to do it. I knew that was going to be... That's just more intense than I want to get with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'll drive the shit out of a car, but come on.
But you got to try at least once. At least once.
I did, man. And when I went under that beam and that damn dead body popped up, I was out. Both my legs kicked up off the couch. I didn't know what was up.
All right. Well, the next thing I've got is Shenmue 3 was announced this week that it will be at Gamescom.
Dang.
This week. When you're listening to this, Gamescom should be coming out on Wednesday. And it will actually be published by Deep Silver. They're the ones that were responsible for like Saints Row and Agents of Mayhem, which came out this week.
You played it?
Anybody? I have not, but I've watched some of my Epic streamer friends play it, and man, I want to play it. I really do. I'm excited for it.
I heard that it's how did they put it? Oh, kind of repetitive.
Well, yeah.
I guess I'd say the fighting. That's what I've heard.
I can see that, but I mean, kind of the same with the Saints Row games.
Right. And they said it kind of was a little like it was. Well, they compared it to that. It was more repetitive than that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And what I seen, the review that I seen.
Well, I think a lot of the thing with those games is the humor is what kind of keeps you engaged, and that's why you don't really think about the repetitiveness of it. But I could see that. But if anybody,
what fighting game isn't repetitive at some point where you got to fight? You only fight so many
there's only so many ways you can do that. But to anyone who doesn't know, Shenmue 3, I've never played the series at all, so I'm not familiar with it. But this one was actually fan funded on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And
well, they announced it at the Sony E3.
It was at least 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
So,
2 or 3.
I mean,
Might have been 3, man.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
But I'm impressed. At least they got that far. They've got a fan following enough to fund the game.
They funded the game within the hour, if I remember right. Or
so
maybe
good
the
on them
first
for
24
that.
hours. I can't remember.
A little controversy that I read about today, which was revolving around Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Yeah.
There was a story saying that the Platinum Trophy on the PS4 is locked. Sort of.
It is. You have to buy the deluxe.
Right. And, this came from the trophy list got released on PSN Profiles, and everyone notices, like, this is a trophy that you can't get unless you get the deluxe edition, but it's the Platinum is locked behind it, so that's kind of...
What's the difference in price?
I don't know.
It's like maybe you have to buy... Maybe the deluxe edition is everything all together if you buy it monthly.
But still, that's kind of a bullshit thing to do. I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about last week with the Amiibo.
Pay to play, baby.
Huh?
Got to pay to play, baby.
But not for a trophy.
I don't know, man.
That's nonsense.
You got 26 of them?
That's why they have separate brackets for DLC trophies that don't stack up with your regular trophies for your main game.
Well, you just got a DLC trophy, baby.
That's all it is. That's all that needs to be if they're going to do it.
Well, it depends on the price. Like, if you're going to pay that much for the game anyway, if you buy it all up front, which, think about it. What game let's see.
Life is Strange.
Yeah, it's episodic. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I was thinking it come out in episodes, and I thought, no, it don't. But yeah, it does. So if you pay for all the episodes up front and you get more to do that, you'll have a little more money for your game.
But what about all those people who don't want to do that?
Well, then they don't do it. They don't get the Platinum Trophy.
This is a conversation starter.
As long as it's the exact same price. If I'm willing, it's kind of like you said. It's kind of like you did with Friday 13th. You put the money up front.
I did.
You got it. This is kind of like you put the money up front, you get it.
But it's an achievement. It's a trophy that you're paying for a trophy.
You believed in the thing. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
All right. I don't feel like it's. I feel like it's kind of low, depending on the price.
I didn't say that.
Still.
I didn't say that.
I know.
That is low. If you got to pay extra for anything, but like I said, it's the same exact price. You're just
if it's
you believe in the game enough and you're a big enough fan that you buy the season pass for like what $23 if it's 5 episodes, kind of like a Telltale pass. If you buy that pass early, you unlock the Platinum Trophy.
Okay.
And everybody knows when you get that Platinum Trophy, if you get it, everybody knows, hey, this motherfucker put his money up front. I didn't mean to say that.
That's fine. All right. Well,
I just
we'll
think
agree
it's
to
okay.
disagree with that one because
Yeah,
I kind of feel like
you should see the way that I see things. You should agree with
it's
me.
fine. It's fine. I'm kind of glad that we're disagreeing on something for a change.
Yeah, well.
Also, another little controversy I read about this week is Amazon Prime, their game discounts are gone. They were offering, if no one knows, if you're a Prime member, you would get 20% off of pre-orders and other games. And
So it never will happen again.
it's gone. And
A bug. It'll be back tomorrow.
well, I mean, this has been for the last 2 days, I believe, and they've not said anything about it.
I think it's a bug.
I'll be honest with you, I don't buy games from Amazon, so I don't care.
It's weird to me.
Yeah, because
I can't even go down to GameStop and get a digital game.
Yeah.
Or pay for downloadable content down there because I'm just going to get it off my
the only time
PlayStation.
Yeah, the only time I've ever bought something game related from Amazon would be like a gift card. Like if I had credit and there was something I wanted on the PSN, I'd just say, well, why don't I just buy a gift card, a digital gift card there, get that money, and then I will apply it over here, and just a swapping of currency.
It's crazy that we look at it like that now that I'm thinking about it. All they're going to do is give you a code, and you can go on your PSN and put in the code, and you're exactly the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. But
it's just weird to me.
Yeah,
I mean, Amazon and get it when I can just eliminate all that and get it straight there.
Well, I mean, I already deal with getting games digitally anyway, and physical copy. I don't know. I'd want it in my hands right then and there. I don't want to buy it from Amazon and wonder if I spent $60 on a game by the time it gets to me, because I've had movies come from them where the cases are shattered or something like that, and you're paying something from $20 to $60.
Yeah,
I don't trust Amazon enough, I guess. So I don't really care if they're giving me 20% off. I'm not going to do it. So I don't feel like it's a big deal. It might have been a corporate call where they're like, hey, we're not making money off this. Just do away with it. It's no big deal. I don't see it being that big of a loss.
They might not have been making any money that way, so just stop.
Another little piece, and I think we've covered something similar to this last time, or at least recently, but I thought this is worth bringing up again because I think this is cool, that this is starting to happen more and more. This is a official press release. It's about the Earthworm Jim vinyl record.
Oh yeah. The soundtrack from...
Yeah. They said it was composed by Guinness World Record holder and creator of Video Games Live, Tommy Tallarico. I hope I'm saying that right.
Don't know.
He's a multi-award-winning Earthworm Jim anthology... Oh, I'm sorry.
Words.
He is not. It is the multi-award-winning Earthworm Jim anthology album. Will be available for pre-order, or is available now for pre-order, for its October 20th release on vinyl. The music from the games Earthworm Jim 1 and 2 won 5 major industry awards for Best Music in 1994 and 95, and it helped to redefine what gaming platforms at the time were capable of achieving. German record label and vinyl distributor Black Screen Records will be releasing the beautiful 4-sided 180G double vinyl to fans around the world, which will include previously unreleased tracks, remixes, and a completely remastered vinyl experience like no other.
I'm glad that you read all that, because like you are not getting a reading award today.
I know.
I didn't put that award in the trash.
Words are hard sometimes, man.
I'm glad you read all that.
But I'm not done.
No,
I've got a little bit more.
Probably be done.
I should. But I wrote all this down, and I'm not going to let it go to waste.
I'm just saying with that right there, with the Earthworm Jim, you just can't say all that together.
There's more.
There's more albums?
There's more, another album, a limited collector's edition, which comes in a beautiful gatefold sleeve with new and original artwork by Earthworm Jim artist Catherine Garner.
Is she award-winning?
She
is not.
Maybe. I don't know. She also goes by Lim and Rocket Worm, if you're familiar with those two artist names.
Lim, that's what she goes by?
Yeah. Other artist names, I'm guessing.
I'm confused.
Yeah. So if you know her work, you might know it as Rocket Worm or Lim.
Got you.
Gotcha. Okay, do you want me to continue with the special announcer voice where I was talking? This would be like The Price is Right, where the guy's like, hello, this limited edition collector's edition. Never mind. I'm going to continue with that.
Pretty good, though.
You want me to do that? Okay. The package includes liner notes by Tommy Tallarico. I can't say his name. I see.
You can't read.
I see Talacario, but it's Tallarico. Let me try that again.
What if it is that?
It does. It's not spelled that way. It's not
you
spelled
have
that way.
Do you have that little thing beside it that says this is how it sounds when you say it?
I didn't. I didn't. Subtitles?
Hell no.
The dictionary?
Subtitles. It's like Chinese.
All right. Well, let me continue because this is really awesome. What this limited edition. I would want to buy this record. Maybe.
Yeah. You know,
kind of like the Another World or Out of This World album. I want that.
Is this still Earthworm Jim stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get through it. If you'll just let me.
Why do they make something? Why do they give this much stuff away? Just tell me what I'm going to get. Don't describe it.
But I'm describing it to you so you think about how awesome this is, and our audience can listen to it and think, man, that sounds awesome. I want to go look up a picture now.
I'm going to be honest. They don't remember what was in the first thing of this you told them.
Maybe they do. All right.
What was I buying? What game was this?
Somebody's they'll be looking up, on Amazon as
you won't
as
be reading.
No, I won't be. Okay. The packaging includes liner notes by Tommy Tallarico and 2 amazing full-colored heart boxer shorts and cow pattern inner sleeves on heavyweight offset paper. The complete artwork is refined with a matte finish and special glossy spot varnish to highlight the incredible illustrations.
You sound more like a Muppet.
The LP album will be pressed on groovy limited Earthworm Jim flesh-colored and opaque snot-colored vinyl.
Snot?
Snot. Now, Snot was his little buddy that was in his backpack. Do you remember Snot?
Yeah, well, it's snot colored. I'm thinking about boogers.
Well, it's probably green. This limited collector's edition also comes with a unique download code that enables the customer to download the full digital soundtrack as well.
Hey, Big Bird.
Now, I'll say this. I remember the game. I remember the game. I remember it was pretty fun. It was a little difficult for a platform, but it was fun.
What game is it?
Earthworm Jim.
No, I'm just kidding. I remember that.
But
I had it on PS3.
I don't recall the soundtrack being something.
I don't remember what.
And again, it's been so long since I played it, so maybe I just have forgotten, but I don't recall the soundtrack being so amazing that it requires a record. I mean, I'm surprised that, they're doing something like this, and they talk about all the awards it won, but yet I don't remember the music. But I might have to go back and just look it up. Who knows? But I did, as I was looking this up, I thought this was kind of interesting, is I also saw that there's going to be a vinyl soundtrack for Super Castlevania 4. I
would rather have that.
It's on Amazon. I don't know if it's for pre-order or not. I did not look that up. But I did see it. It was available.
Well, I want to play Super Castlevania.
Yeah,
but
that's fun.
I can't find a...
But I can remember that soundtrack. I think because I had the game.
You can remember every Castlevania soundtrack.
Yeah. It had a great soundtrack.
Every one of them. Yeah.
It was very gothic sounding. Yeah. Just, I don't know, it was powerful.
Did you paint? Did you put eyeliner on?
I did not. No, I was not that kind of kid.
Okay. I was just saying. I mean, you might have been.
Maybe. All right, now we're going to get into a few weird
cigarettes?
stories. Some weird stories.
Did you smoke cigarettes?
Did I smoke cigarettes as a kid? No.
You sure?
I'm absolutely sure. I was the kid that was always worried that my parents were going to find out all the bad stuff I did, and I was not going to be put in that position.
You were just smart.
Yeah. I was just like, I'd rather just not get in trouble.
Yeah, I smoked cigarettes.
Well,
just for, we didn't even inhale them. We was just...
Yeah, all right, Bill Clinton.
No, I mean, I'm serious with that. They were Bubba's Cools. We went into his freezer and steal them.
Wow.
And my little cousin, when he freaking sick after holding a cigarette, just not even inhaling. We thought we was smoking,
All right. Well, I got
standing in his underwear.
2 oddball pieces of news. And I'm trying to find these now because the last couple of times I've had some oddball news like the fidget spinner and the brain study. So I thought, hey, I'll find some odd stuff to talk about because they're fun. The first is something called the Ojo. Have you heard of the Ojo?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm about to, though.
It is being billed as the world's first projector for the Nintendo Switch.
The Ojo. They're going to be like, oh, no, when they see their bottom line.
Ojo. Oh, no. Yeah, man, that's going to happen. It's going to happen. It offers a 120-inch equivalent screen backup with 200 lumens stereo speaker, built-in 20,000 mega amps.
You sure?
Oh, no. A lithium battery. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know I did 2 hours is all I spent on this podcast today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
to research. Leave me
You need
alone.
to proofread.
I didn't. I put stuff down on paper, copy and paste. Damn it. Okay, and anyway, users in theory can play their Nintendo Switch on a big screen whenever they want. Who cares, right? I don't care. I mean, the whole point of you having your Nintendo Switch and taking it away is so you don't play it on TV. So now you're taking this and so you can take it to somebody's house and play it on their wall?
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird. Okay.
Well, I mean, you think about it. If you don't have your Switch dock with you, you can still play it on a big screen console.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the price, and is it really? I mean, it's Nintendo. They probably thought of this idea. They
Well, like you
can
said,
make us a little projector for this, where they can play it on a big TV if they.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't care.
Well, I know, but I mean, honestly, think about it though.
It's not
cool.
a bad idea.
It's
but
not a bad idea.
Like you said, is it going to work?
Is it is it affordable?
Yeah. And I don't recall projectors being that affordable.
No, I don't either. Like, if it's over $200, I'm not getting it.
No, absolutely not. I got a TV for a reason, damn it.
Yeah.
The other one was I read that there is a developer, and I don't know who. It was like this very simple report came out that there's a game developer working on an adaptation of Animal Farm. I don't know. Do you remember Animal Farm? You may have read it in school. It's
that
George Orwell's literary classic, Animal Farm.
I can do kind of sort of remember it. I mean, the animals talk to each other, right?
Yeah. There's apparently a website online. There's again no details about this game other than it's happening. They said that the aim of the game, and this was on the website, was to fuse political and artistic purpose into one whole,
slam Trump.
just like Orwell did in the book.
Right.
And for our listeners, if you don't know, Animal Farm was a satire that reflected the lead up to the Russian Revolution in 1917 and then the transition to the Stalinist era of the Soviet Union that followed.
Right. Through the animals, am I right?
Correct. The book more specifically follows a group of animals who rebel against their human owners and wind up taking control of the farm they live on and run it themselves. However, it essentially becomes one tyranny is replaced by yet another because as they're freed, they're just taking over by yet another tyrannical dictator, which is one of the animals.
Right.
I mean, it was a great book. It was a bestseller at the time. I don't really see how this works for a game.
I think it could. I mean, if you get the right person writing this game, that could be something that could be interesting.
I mean, the comment itself to fuse the political and artistic purpose, it's intriguing enough just to see what you're planning on doing. But I guess how would you feel that the game would be played? Because obviously my first inkling would say, okay, you're going to do this like a Telltale style game.
You would have to,
or
like
something like that.
Strange, Telltale. That, depending on how much interaction you have, would
right?
But you're going to have to tell the story how they do in the Telltale game.
Yeah, exactly. Now
the gameplay parts could be different, but
now if they don't go that route, what style would you even fathom that they could even take? Because I sat there and thought, and I was like, "What? I don't know."
What if they went the old drawing versions of them from the book? Mm-hmm. Just the old drawings, but they were all black and white, wasn't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do them in color.
Perhaps, I don't know. It was interesting enough. I'm going to kind of keep my eye on this. It's interesting
Definitely.
that somebody has thought about this because I think there's been a TV movie, and that's about as far as they've done any kind of cinematic repurposing for that. And it wasn't bad, but I'm sure it could have been told and done a lot better to where it wasn't TV movie standards.
Yeah,
it was all right.
You can't be on TV and be cool anymore.
But
not 2, 4, or 5. You're gonna have to go to 17 or FX or something like that. You know what I mean?
But I'm interested. I'd like to see what they do with it. The last thing I have, as far as news goes, is that the entire roster for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was released.
Ooh.
And I thought we'd go over.
So, all right, give me the top 5.
All right. Well, first of all, who do you want to hear first, Marvel or Capcom?
Let's go with Capcom. I like Marvel better.
Okay. Strider Ryu from Strider.
Okay.
Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins.
Okay.
Spencer or Nathan Spencer from Bionic Commando.
Okay, that's cool.
Zero from Mega Man X. Mega Man from Mega Man X. Jeddah from Darkstalkers. I think he was the... I think it was a villain or the villain.
I can't remember Darkstalkers.
I don't remember it either. It's one of those that slips under my radar a lot. Chris Redfield.
Okay.
Dante from Devil May Cry. Ryu and Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
Damn.
Frank West from Dead Rising.
That's stupid.
Hagar from Final Fight.
Okay, him and Cody both need to be in there.
Yeah, why didn't they? It's odd you have one and not both.
Yeah.
Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Okay, that's a cool.
And then Firebrand from Ghosts and Goblins. Firebrand was the kind of like Ridley is for Metroid. That one villain you always remember. He was like the little red demon.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's stupid.
From a design
But he's
perspective.
little, right?
They'll probably make him look.
He's the guy with the little wings, right?
Yeah.
He
They'll probably.
He could be big. He could be cool.
Yeah, they could
Depends
make
on how they do. Like I seen something about today. They fixed Chun-Li's face. Like there was a big uproar about her face. I didn't read the article.
You remember I said once before when I think the trailer first appeared that I had a problem with how bulky all the Marvel characters looked. That's what they needed to fix is make them all look like they're off their roids, man. Because Doctor Strange does not need to look as big as Captain America.
No, they're superheroes,
right? But I didn't see a problem with Chun-Li's face. I don't know what the uproar was about.
Dude, there was a difference, but I don't. To me, it didn't bother.
I mean, I think I saw the picture you're talking about, but I was like, "What's the problem with this face and that face?" I didn't get it, but that's your Capcom roster
where somebody messed with something that somebody loves, like. Something they're used to. That's why I still can't believe that the live adaptions of like the Disney movies are doing good because people don't like change that much.
Oh yeah, but see, if you think about it though, they don't change them all that much. They just take the story and say, "Let's make it live action," but we're not going to change the whole.
That's what I'm saying though. But they swap that one little part out for something else. That's what they do. I mean, like there's a couple of parts in the Beauty and the Beast that totally different than the movie, than the cartoon.
Right.
And people get pissed about little bitty things like that. So that's why they didn't like the Chun-Li face.
That's the fandom out there. That's the nonsense we have to put up with.
And if I'd have been the person that drew that, I'd been like, oh, then don't play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're going to come play the game.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not going to give a damn what her face looks like if she fights good.
All right. Well, it's a fairly good, decent roster, I guess. The Darkstalkers characters, they're the only ones I never know, but they're always there. And yeah, I don't know. I guess having Mega Man X is kind of cool instead of the regular Mega Man. But I'm a Mega Man fan, so I'm kind of cool with that.
But still, like I just don't. They don't. It feels like a Super Smash Brothers game when you add that guy in there. You know, like those characters.
Well, even like Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. I mean, he's so out of place when you set him up against someone like Chris Redfield. You know, they just don't seem to exist. You can put Redfield and Frank West together, and you'd be like, oh, they could possibly exist in the same world.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, it's a little weird.
This is a game that Sony could do, you know, if they made their characters like that and made that kind of game.
Yeah.
Not like Super Smash Brothers, but I mean, like a character like Nathan Drake would be cool to like versus Joel, you know.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Yeah, it could be cool if you keep it grounded and their fighting styles are, you know, just believable, I guess, in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best part. That's how they do. And those guys that says Marvel versus Capcom, but it's really just Street Fighter again.
Yeah, no kidding. Their Marvel list.
Is it good? Are you happy?
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anybody that I would want in there that's not there.
That's a good thing.
So I feel like it's a wide, diverse roster of Marvel characters. First, we got Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Okay.
Gamora. Ultron. Captain America. Iron Man. Thanos, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Nova. Hulk.
Nova.
Well, remember the Nova Corps in... He's essentially one of the primary Novas for Novas are a lot like Green Lanterns.
Okay.
And space police, in a manner of speaking. And this would be one that's our Nova, so to speak,
Gotcha.
in a manner of speaking. Hulk, obviously you got to have Hulk.
You say?
Yeah. Captain Marvel, which I'm assuming is Carol Danvers.
Right.
Thor, Spider-Man, Dormammu, and Ghost Rider.
How does that one work?
Dormammu?
Dormammu, yeah. He's huge.
Well, I'm sure that he's been in a more condensed human form before, so it's not that far-fetched.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, then you could make him cool then.
Oh, yeah. As long as they adhere to the design from the comics, which I would hope they do, because, you know, the design in the movie was just not the Dormammu I know.
What does he look like?
They probably did this to disassociate him from Ghost Rider because they both have flaming heads. It's just his is not a skull. It's like just a big orange head, and sometimes looks very demonic in a very unique way, depending on the artist.
No, I think that's how they did it. Yeah. I think I've seen a picture of it. Is that how they did it in the game?
I would hope so. Because
I believe that's how they did it. For some reason, I remember seeing that picture and thinking that don't look anything like Dormammu from the movie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not familiar with him in the comic. I knew you would be.
Yeah. But, that would be the way to go in my book. So, it looks like a good roster. I'm intrigued to play it just for the story alone. But I don't think it's a game I would get day one. Because fighting games, 9 times out of 10, they have a limited shelf life.
Yeah, you know what, dude? They didn't put any X-Men on there. Where's Wolverine?
Well, you can kind of...
Wolverine's been in one, though, right?
Yeah, he has been in the past. I think he was in the last one, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But think about it. What Marvel's been doing here lately is strategically placing a lot of their characters in certain ways to where anything that they don't own in-house as far as movie licenses, they don't seem to promote. So, X-Men games, X-Men comics. They're still X-Men comics, but they've kind of... The Inhumans seem to have taken the, place of X-Men in a manner of speaking to say, well, they're the top dog now.
I was just reading a little cool little insight on that. They're saying that, well, this is, I guess, an opinion of somebody that said that Marvel and Disney doesn't want to promote anybody that they can't push in the movie.
Exactly.
Because they still own the rights to the games and the comic books for X-Men.
Yeah.
So...
And that's what they've done with the Fantastic Four. Yeah. Fantastic Four have been absent in comics for at least a year and a half now, I believe. Right. And it's because they don't own the film rights, and they're not going to push and promote something they don't have control over. And I don't blame them, in a manner of speaking. They're
doing all the writing for these people.
Yeah, I know this is not video game related, but that the movie rights to the Fantastic Four need to come home. I'm just going to say that, and we'll leave it at that. But they need to go back to Marvel, where they belong, where they can be taken care of. Fox is doing a fantastic job with the X-Men, but that's neither here nor there. That's not a video game podcast. That's for another podcast altogether.
Nerds love to hear about everything.
I know, but we've got to focus.
Not that everybody's a nerd. Like, nerds aren't a bad thing.
Well, anyway.
Delicious candy.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to move on to now is release dates for tomorrow, August.
Tomorrow is Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, for the listeners, it will be the 22nd, the day after the eclipse. And if you survive the eclipse and nothing happened,
like I heard, there's gonna be butt naked women on West Main.
All right.
But that's only for like 2 minutes and 35 seconds. How are they gonna get naked and get their clothes back on?
Who knows, man? I'm sure they'll manage. Maybe they just got robes. And they're just going to flop them back on as soon as they get done, as soon as the light comes back.
How long does the entire eclipse last? I guess the 2 minutes and 35 seconds is how long that it's totally out, right?
Yes. But it'll still be dark for some time.
Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, 15, give or take. Because eventually it's going to it's going to have to move, but it'll be dark. We get to see the entire darkness, so hey.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you want to check out some video, I might put something up on YouTube. We might go live.
Don't look directly at the sun.
Don't look directly in the sun. Damn it, please. I didn't tell you to do that, and you're not going to sue me. You're not going to get anything if you did. Release dates for August 22nd. We've got The Escapist 2. I've never played The Escapists. Have you?
No, yeah, no.
I know that they've had a lot of.
That's the ones. Don't they have like one of them? It's like they based it off The Walking Dead that's been reskinned. Yeah. No, I've never played those.
Okay, but it's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Chroma Gun, I've never heard of. It's coming out for the PS4. Finally, Episode 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, is coming out. And it's coming out on PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Android. Or not Android. iOS. Wow. Jesus. I'm having one of those days. Next we have Mages of Mistralia. Never heard of it.
Never.
It's coming out on PS4. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, as we mentioned earlier, also coming to PS4. White Day, a labyrinth named School. That's just the oddest title I've ever heard. I
think I've heard somebody talk about that. Like, I don't even have a clue what that's about.
White Day is not something we want to talk about now. Not after last weekend. Anyway.
Let me ask you something. What do you think about Nazis?
They're perfect fodder in Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I think so too. Mm-hmm. How easy was that?
That was pretty.
The
shit,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Thank you.
Okay. White Day, a Labyrinth Named School, is coming out for PS4 and PC on August 25th, which is the following Friday, because we sometimes have Friday releases.
Is Madden coming out next Friday?
Madden NFL 18.
You got that
PS4,
on there, right?
Xbox One.
Going to PS4 only, no Xbox One.
Well, it's coming out on Xbox One.
I know that.
I hate to break it to you.
We only tell the PS4 release date.
We're not going to do that. We're not biased around here, damn it. And then F1 2017. Was that a racing game?
That is a racing game.
Okay.
It's like IndyCar.
That's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Is that water good?
Next Friday. It's trying to keep me from gagging and well, not really gagging. You know, just the dry heave, cough, and all that mess that I've done in the past. All right. One last thing before we go is I wrote down a retro review last minute.
You didn't even play the game.
I did play this game.
No, not today.
No, I didn't play it today, but I played this game enough that I thought, hey, if there's something I can do a retro review on, because I didn't do one last week, which, it broke my heart that I didn't do. But I got one this week.
Why didn't you do one last week? Because...
well, no, I don't think it was because Anola was here. It was just, I didn't think about it. It was just one of those things.
We should have done RC Pro-Am last week.
We should have.
That game is still awesome, by the way.
It is.
When we played it, how long did we play it today? About an hour?
Yeah, roughly.
Just to say, hey, look, John, this is RC Pro-Am.
Because John had never
played it. Little punk.
Well, I've got one that he probably...
I can't believe he got married. I'm still like disbelief.
It's okay.
Our little boy's growing up.
Yeah, he has. And we love him.
I patted him on his ass this morning, sent him over there and signed his certificate for him. God bless him.
You feel good about that?
I do.
Good.
What about what?
About what you did for him.
I do, yeah.
Okay,
you thought that I was making fun of him.
No, I know.
Look, those can wait, Steven.
I want to do this retro review. I'm excited. But go ahead. Go ahead and talk about John.
Today is like the wedding day version of our show. Like,
okay.
Like there's white paper, there's white curtains hanging up. It's the wedding stuff. Okay. And John should be here to see this.
But he's not. He's not here.
He's
going to listen to it.
He's probably consummating the marriage right now. Ain't that how you say it?
Yeah. I mean, he may have consummated already. We don't know. Yeah. He's been married for some time now.
He's been married since this morning. I'd have done it out in the parking lot.
Well, that's you.
He
may have a little bit more class.
Yeah, like they didn't have a big wedding. I thought that was kind of cool. They just said, "Screw it, let's go to the courthouse and let's go on a kick-ass honeymoon." And I thought, man, that's exactly what you should do. Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
I just got lucky that I got cool in-laws.
Are you done?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
got
good.
A little tear there, but I'm just proud of John. John, I love you.
He's going to love that.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that in. Well, I found a game that I'm pretty sure he hadn't played because this goes back to the old NES. And, I figured he's not going to miss anything if he misses this one. Cobra Command.
That face, do it again. That was as good as Steven's Wacky Maze.
It was.
Say Steven's Wacky Maze.
No, I'm not going to do that. No one has context. They don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about what you heard just now. Just Forget that.
Just say, what's the game we're retro review today?
Cobra Command.
You didn't say it the same way. Do the face.
Cobra Command.
That's it.
Okay, do you know that game?
No.
Okay, this is a game that came out from Data East.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember this?
Does it involve tanks?
No, but
Okay.
there are tanks about. You are a helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember
Cobra
it?
helicopter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was originally an arcade game, I think back in 1984.
Is it top down?
No, it's side-scrolling in a manner. Now, on the side-scroller for the arcade game, the screen scrolled with you.
Right.
But on the NES, it didn't. You just kind of moved the screen along with you or whatnot. But you're a little helicopter. And
A little helicopter. Do you rescue people like Choplifter?
you do.
Like Choplifter. You go down and land on a helipad.
Yeah, very much
And they
like
come running
Choplifter.
out.
Yeah. So you'll go down there, and the little guy will be sitting there, and I'm going to put this sound effect in because you've got to hear it. Hopefully, I can find it. But he's sitting there waving his little hand around and going. So you go down there, and you bring down your little rope, and
they
he'll
found
just
the rope.
shimmy his little way up.
And he's just
And then-
like a little character.
Yeah. And
What color
there's-
is he?
I don't recall.
Because like everybody in Choplifter, like you only saved white people. Like there was no black people.
I'm sure it was no black people in this game.
Yeah,
I hate to say that,
yeah.
but it's true.
Trump designed the game.
But you have missions in Sumatra, Java, Borneo, South China Sea. Oh man, I don't want to say this. Siam, Siam,
See,
Siam. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
Siam.
Damn it, I'm
you
sorry.
were throwing it to me, and I was just letting it hit the wall.
No.
Right then.
But anyway, you're a helicopter, a heavily armored helicopter which flies through these 6 stages, destroying enemy tanks, cannons, submarines, and gunboats. You rescue your little hostages, as they call them. And then you just go through. Now, I remember, I'm going to stop because I didn't write a whole lot down about this, but I remember playing this because it was about, I think it was 8 when I got the game, because that's about the time it came out.
Right.
It was hard for an 8-year-old, and I had no context to it. Nothing in a, Nintendo Power or anything like that to
That's
tell
how
me.
games used to be, baby. They were awesome.
So I didn't even know how to really rescue anybody at first, or what the goal of the game was, because you would fly, and I would be picking up all these people, but you'd eventually get to the end.
Right.
And I was like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? And there was this building sitting there, and I didn't know what to do. So I was just confused. I was like, what am I supposed to be doing? I get to this end, and there's no end. Apparently, you've got to shoot a spot in the building, and it opens up to where you can go down inside.
Right.
Once I started learning these little things, I was like, oh my God, there's a whole nother area to this game. Now I'm starting to get it. And then there were even upgrades that you could just land on these little platforms and upgrade your guns and your ladder, your armor. And again, I didn't realize this at first, and then eventually I just started, because you've got to do it easy. If you hit that thing, I've done that so many times when I played that, you hit something just like the corner of your helicopter, and you're just dead. It was the biggest load of crap. But
You did the same thing on Choplifter. You try to land, and you come in like at an angle, and boom.
yeah,
Be
the
dead.
same thing. So you got to hit it just right, and then you land, and then you get your upgrades. And I remember playing it, probably get to like the 3rd or 4th level on my own, but I never beat it without a Game Genie, because eventually it was just like, damn it, I've had this game long enough. I want to beat this game, so I'm gonna cheat.
Right.
But
It's okay.
it was fun. I had a lot of great memories playing it, and hopefully you heard all the sound effects and noises and music that are going to go along with it.
You just got like Irish sounding right there.
I did. But no, Cobra Command, that was it, man.
Does it have a theme song?
Yes, it does.
And you're gonna play it right now in the.
Well, it's been playing this entire time.
Oh, sweet. I don't hear it.
So no, you will.
There it is. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, our audience hears it right now.
I hear it.
No,
No, that's not what I hear. I think I hear Jenna's. Worst. Is that gonna be on the vinyl?
It was.
It was.
Yeah, it was. It was a hit record back in the day. But yeah, that was it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's a good little podcast.
Yeah.
Working
Working
good.
Working all right, guy.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. We'd like to thank all of our listeners for following our podcast. Here we go again with words. All across the web. Find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, or Podbean. which is our main hosting site that allows you to download our show onto your phone to listen whenever and wherever. We're also starting to sprout up on other various podcast hosting sites, so keep your eyes peeled and maybe you'll find us on your favorite. Despite where you find us, why not leave us a comment and tell us what you think of the show? Good or bad, we'll take any comment you choose to offer up. Follow us on Facebook, join our Facebook community page, and start a conversation. Give us a topic you want us to cover, and while you're there, why not ask John a question?
Please.
He needs this in his life.
Now. Like, I want him to hear this and be like, this is his question for next week. Let's think of something.
Okay. How's it feel to be married?
No. That's too easy.
What,
He's going to say, oh, it's wonderful. And then I'm going to have to hear that shit.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
He's going to get sappy. He'll probably cry.
Well, the audience needs to know how sensitive he is.
No, he's not sensitive.
Anyway.
He's just a big sissy.
If you want to support us further, you can go to www.patreon.com/pencilandpaperproductions to give a little money, receive exclusive benefits not available anywhere else, such as behind-the-scenes photos, videos, and early access content. Thank you so much for listening. I am Stephen White.
Oh, this is where I say my name?
Yeah, it is.
I'm Todd Stark.
Join us again next time.
Game of Thrones. Stark family rules.
Until then.
Just I want to say one thing.
What?
Look, I haven't talked to you all week.
Okay.
You've been dodging me.
I've been busy.
So we just decided to talk in front of these microphones today, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But like, Jeremy, I'm not going to name his last name.
Okay.
We'll call him Jeremy Doe.
Mm-hmm.
Said he watched a leaked version of Game of Thrones.
I heard this from Ronnie.
Yeah. Ronnie knows everything.
Yeah, he does.
He can get the NES Classic. He can get the SNES Classic.
He's on top of things.
He is. 3 things. But what did he say about it? What did he say to you?
He said he heard it from another person and said that they got to watch it, and this is not the type of person that's overly excited.
And I know the person.
Their arm hairs just like lifted talking about it and thinking about it.
That person told me, he's like, I don't even cheer at sports. He said, but there was a moment in this where he jumped up and said, yeah! He was cheering. Like, he literally did it right then. He said it's by and far and away the best episode of Game of Thrones he's ever watched.
So, if any of you watch Game of Thrones, you'll know the scene we're talking about by the time you hear this.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll hear it. Yeah. I hope it was good.
Yeah. Well, I hope it was good. We don't want to be like, oh, yeah, you remember that scene?
Yeah, this is like last week tonight. You know, like.
That's right.
We're just talking about last week, not
today.
Yeah, we stop on Fridays.
That's right. We did.
Yeah.
Can I end the show now?
Nah. Well, I was trying to think of a question for John.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
That's up to our community. Give us a John question.
Okay, well, I want to ask him. I got one. I got it. George Clooney, Kevin Bacon, and Michael Caine.
Okay.
Marry one, screw one, kill one. Go, John.
Oh, God. There's his question for next week. Jesus. As I said before, I'm Stephen White. This is Todd Stark. Thank you so much for joining us. Until then, game on.